Welcome back to the Yins Betcha podcast. Good to be back. We were off for a little bit, but we got some March Madness to get through, talk about. We were down to the Final Four. Like we said last time, always a great year, a great time of year to be on and be talking about sports. Had some stuff. Michigan didn't make it all the way through, but we'll get to that as we thought that they might have. We'll get into all of that. We'll get to Auburn. We'll get into Michigan State. So we'll talk about baseball as well. We'll talk a little. We just started opening day last week, so we'll get into that, and then maybe a little bit of golf for the Masters preview this coming week. It's gonna be great. Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Doing good.
Yeah.
This is take 2 of the intro.
Yeah. Sorry, I messed up. So
I said we should have kept it.
Yeah, I probably should have played off of it, like you said.
Yeah.
No, it's good to be back. Lots happened since we've been in, but I don't know. So I mean, you want to talk March Madness last?
Yeah,
right?
we'll do March Madness last.
We can talk a little baseball. I mean, you want to talk about your Braves for a second, or
the 0-7 Atlanta Braves, and actually last night, man. I mean, you have a 5-0 lead, and again, when I saw the schedule several weeks ago, I thought, my God, got to start at San Diego, LA, West Coast trip. Arguably 2 of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. So I was like, let's get one out of each. Come home 2-5. I would have taken that.
Yes.
But man, they're going home 0-7.
Yeah. Well, you had a rough.
I forgot
start.
to look up to see who
start.
they got next.
I actually
I know they play the Phillies the beginning of next week.
Yeah.
So who do we got this week?
I'm about
Yankees?
to look.
Like, what do we got?
No, the Yankees play Pirates. Coming up,
right, yeah.
but hang on, let me check. I got it. This is a great. We get the Marlins, so I mean you should be fine there. Yeah, I feel like
we almost need to sweep it. I mean, like most series, you're happy to get 2
Yeah.
out of 3 in baseball, but I mean the pressure's on. Like they need to
It's here now, yeah.
Get into that
especially
Philly series rolling. I mean,
right, because that's what I mean. You have the Phillies next, which you have the Rays after that, but you should be able to handle that. And the Marlins you should be able to handle. But yeah, I mean, tough start, tough.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I just say like the 2 teams you played were probably the top of the
I think I heard that
so.
it was no team in the history of baseball that started 0-7 and made the playoffs ever.
Damn.
So I mean that's it's already staring him in the face.
Well, now the Dodgers are the first team to go 8-0 and win the World
the
Series last
champion,
year.
Since the 33 Yankees. The 33 Yankees.
Oh, they did. Oh, okay. So they're 8
now.
now.
The first 8-0 team. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how long they keep that going. They are superior, man. And the Padres are good too. Though I want to give you a shout. We just got swept by the Padres too.
Yeah.
And
they were my pick last year to win the World Series.
Yeah.
And had a tough series, with LA. And if they, get out of that, then I think they would have won it all. So
I mean,
they're a threat. I mean, even if it doesn't even matter, even though the division winners emerged last year for the first time in the new baseball play format, I still am skeptical of it. I don't think I still think it benefits the wild card teams.
Yeah.
Much like the college football playoff this year, the teams that had to bye were rusty and
couldn't do it right.
Hard to get going again. So and that's especially true in baseball when you're playing every single day.
I know you play
and
all
then take a week
games.
off. Like that's hard.
Yeah, right.
So
the momentum is there, but no,
pretty much like the Braves at this point, the first week of fucking April, and it feels like it's already gone and slipped through their fingers already. But because of the expanded playoffs, the 3 wild cards. So maybe. I mean, like that's to me that's what they're chasing now. I feel like I know it's super super early, but I feel like the fucking division's gone.
Yeah.
It's like okay, we're going after wild card now.
Yeah, but you are in a hard. I mean, plus like.
Yeah, but now you gotta the problem is you gotta. Like I said, typically going into a series, 2 out of 3. That's what you want.
Yeah.
2 out of 3. Now they got to throw some sweeps in there.
Yeah.
To kind of get back. When you get swept back to back, now you've got to start sweeping people.
No, you have
to make up for it.
Right.
So, the 2 out of 3, rest of the year is not going to do it.
Nah.
So
that's what.
You have to find.
But yeah, you did. I think you did honestly play the best, probably the top 2 teams in the NL. I think for this coming year. I mean, really, both teams had hitters and pitching that can go forever. But then you had the news for Cherkis and Profar, and that's not going to help. With PEDs, now he's out for 80 games.
So. 80 games plus the playoffs. So even
Plus
if they
playoffs.
do, yes,
Wow.
even if they come back and get and snag a wild
Halfway
card,
through the year,
he
yeah.
ain't coming back for that.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I mean they already started the year again with the schedule. Strider's still hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Acuna is not due back till May.
Yeah, I mean the team.
So
Yeah,
there's,
the players are not.
They're
They're
all
not
there.
back. Yeah.
But they were also, after I know going into last night's game, they were batting like 137 as a team, which was
Man.
last in the major leagues. They were like 0-42, like 1 for 35 with runners in scoring position. I mean, I don't give a fuck who you're playing. Like you can't use runners on. Like that.
Right.
So tough start for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does look like early on it looks like Dodgers Yankees again. It could be, but.
No, I know.
I mean, I'll go the opposite. I'll say San Diego this year. I'll ride there.
See what happens
a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I just think now with these torpedo bats that have come out too, they've brought out the report for that, and I just hate the Yankees. The way that they started, they got first 2 games they're at home in New York, and everyone else on that East Coast is away in the West Coast, and they of course are at home, and now they're going to beat the Pirates this week, and. So they're just getting the favorable balance, and they have the short porch and torpedo bat. It just keeps adding on. I freaking hate them. I hate them so much.
Yeah, I want to see the Yankees too.
So, but yeah, I do think that probably Dodgers Yankees again. They're just so deep, and I hate them. Yeah. So
we'll see them live in flesh tomorrow. We'll
yeah.
Home opener in Pittsburgh. Always a good time. Even the Pirates, as bad as they are. I think I'm going to bust out the irate shirt.
Oh, nice.
That I have.
Yeah.
Because I think they've deserved it right now. They wasted Skeen's first start. We're able to bounce back, wins, and I ain't going to win. But it's coaching at this point. Like when you lose that many 1-run games and late games.
Well, then Bednar comes in for them, and they just can't.
Yeah.
They fall
sent
apart.
him down. They sent him down.
Yeah, they did. They probably deserved it. I mean, after that horrific start. So. Yeah, I don't. Do you know who's pitching tomorrow? I didn't check.
Keller for Pittsburgh and Max Fried. I'm gonna see my old friend.
Fried.
Max Fried for the Yankees.
Yeah,
so figures. Just add salt to the wound.
Right.
One of the pitchers that laid a loss.
Yeah.
As we're struggling out of the gate.
Man,
watching pitch for the Yankees. So.
Yeah. But then I thought, the Guardians. We were 2-4. I mean, it's kind of like a mid off now. We're at like for the AL Central. It's like who can be the most mid team.
Yeah.
And. So I'm hoping we can find something. I thought we actually got better for this offseason than we were last year, getting rid of Naylor and bringing in back Carlos Santana, but he's not really panning out just yet. So a veteran guy, we'll see how his bat starts swinging. But Kyle Manzardo, freaking awesome. Of course, Stephen Kwan, as usual, is freaking great. And then I don't know, Clausen doesn't look great right now. There's some signs I'm watching. I don't know right now for the Guardians, but we'll see how it keeps panning out. For that, for sure. So,
I think Atlanta was just making a stand for protesting having to play in fucking March. That was my thing on it. Was, they wanted to wait till April, which is when baseball should start. But we're into April and they're still not winning. They're still protesting.
Maybe tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow or today. One of the two.
I think they're off today.
Today, I think a lot of
can't lose today.
No, you can't lose today when you're off.
Can't lose today.
Not when you're off.
But yeah, so Florida, they need to sweep it. And and definitely take the series from Philly and try to get back into it.
Yeah, that'd be the start. So, all right, cool. Anything else from baseball?
No, fuck baseball.
Yeah, we're at that.
So you want to talk? I know. Yeah, Masters. I just realized that when I was looking ahead next week. On the sports calendar there, saw Masters is starting. Like I said, I'm not. I mean, I was. Tiger got me into golf. I was part of that wave of generation that he captivated me enough to start paying attention to golf.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to Tiger Woods, couldn't care less.
Yeah, you got to live through the late '90s, early 2000s with him.
Yeah,
that
dominant.
No one
just dominant.
Yeah,
and he got me into it. Got me into. I mean, I didn't even really play
mm-hmm.
Tiger Woods either.
Yeah.
And I still really don't. I play when we have company outings. Like that's the only time I fucking go.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to get out more, but. Because I'm not terrible, but when you only go 2 or 3 times a year, you're never gonna get better.
Hard.
You're not gonna get better. So, but yeah, I mean, my dad would watch the final rounds
mm-hmm.
of the majors. Because I remember even pre-Tiger, Greg Norman choking, Van de Velde. I remember that when he choked there on the 17th.
Oh man,
that was at Augusta, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I remember those. I remember
17.
watching those. So even with Tiger pretty much done and having been done, I I'm still I still tune in for the final round of majors. That's what I record and will watch them. And I usually fast forward, like basically like once there's a, whoever the lead group is, like that's who I'll watch.
That's who you're watching. Yeah.
So I'm fast forward, and then if somebody's making a rise, then I'll stop and watch their shots.
Yeah.
So I can usually watch, an entire round if I'm completely behind. I can watch an entire round in probably an hour.
Oh, that's nice. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is. It's in the docket of the sports recording.
Sure.
Every final round of majors.
Yeah.
That's all I really get into. Have not been paying attention to see. I feel like Scheffler's still winning shit, so I'm sure.
Yeah, he hasn't won. He hasn't won yet this year. Last week he came in second. He's still the number one player in the world right now, and he's been holding that for the last year in total. And Tiger's held it for I think 15 years, like in a row or third. It's like 10 to 12 years that he's actually been the number one player in the world. And that dominance has not, I don't think, will ever be seen again, just because of how long he held it.
I think there is more talent now. Like, it's more
I do too
than it used to be.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think like Vijay Singh and like all those guys back then who were playing with Tiger and the John Dealys of the world, like Freddie Couples was still around there.
Those guys would have won.
Yeah.
Some of them would have won multiple majors.
Right. That's what so there's some stuff that he took away, right? And in his early years when he probably shouldn't have been winning, but he was just that. He was that good already. So
that's what drives me nuts when a guy wins a second or third. They start talking about, or even sometimes a guy will win a major for the first time, and immediately, on PTI the next day is, can this guy win multiple? I'm like, holy fuck! Like let him win a second, and then what I mean? Like, and if he goes back to back, then you start thinking, especially if he's a young guy, okay, like maybe this guy's rising up, But holy shit! Like tap the brakes. Like I remember them getting excited about Rory when he kind of won. Jordan Spieth.
Man,
won
Spieth's
2
run.
or 3 in a 2-year run.
Yeah.
I don't want shit since. So
right.
Yeah, calm down.
You got to wait a second.
Yeah,
like
5. 5
what we
would be
saw
the number for me.
Right.
Before I'm going to start paying attention.
Yeah.
And it has to be pretty, close together.
Yeah, for sure.
2 or 3 year span that I'm going to pay attention and think, okay, he's in his 20s, he's won 5.
Yeah,
this guy can win, double digits.
Right. And Scotty was the closest one to that as of right now. He's been. I mean, Rory's run back in the 2000. He won 6 last year. If you don't include the Olympics, he won 7 with it. So
7 tournaments.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many majors does he have?
Or maybe 7 and then if he would have won it.
Does he have 3? 4?
He has He has 2 Masters. He has a. Is it a U.S. Open? I think he has 3.
We need a stat guy.
I think he has 3.
We gotta hire a stat guy.
Yeah, I'm about to look it up now. I need to know how many.
I don't have my phone on me, so
how many?
We need Google.
Majors has Scotty? Oh, I'm sorry. So he's actually only won the Masters, but he's won it twice. Yeah.
But I mean, that's what I was getting at, right?
Yeah.
Like he's been the dominant guy for a couple of years now.
Right. He won that in 22 and then 24. So I mean, he's really the one that's doing it in the last 2 years, doing all of it, and I think he's really close. Like when he plays the PGA Championship, I think he's really close there. Of course, that's always a different course every year, but and like everything else is except the Masters. But I think he's really close there. And I don't know how close he is with the Open. The Open's just like it's always a links course. It's just a complete different onset of what you play all year in the States. So kind of cool there when you get to see them in late July for that. So,
sure.
But for this week, my eye is on Rory McIlroy. I mean, he's been chasing it. This is the last one for his Grand Slam. Like he's won everything else except this, and it's always every year. It's always the anticipation. Like, is he going to do it this year? And I really do think he's on the roll. He's already won twice this year, and
I'm not a Rory guy.
No,
I just something about him.
I love Rory. Yeah,
I think it's the walk.
Yeah,
strut walk.
He is smaller though.
I don't want to punch
but
him.
I appreciate how yeah. I mean, some of his recent interviews have been like kind of snotty, and I'm like, why are you saying that? I think he's just getting old or something. I don't know. Yeah, but
I find myself actively rooting against him when he's in contention. It's nothing. I'm sure if he came here and had a Jameson and a beer with me, I'd probably I would grow fond of him within an hour.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Oh, I bet the stories he could tell you. Yeah,
and I have heard some stories like when they had the tournament in Columbus, we were there for the Liverpool group, and somebody said that was like a block or two away. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
Just like buying everybody drinks in there, and
Oh, that's
carrying
so
on.
cool.
Some Irish pub. So
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But I just don't like him.
That's
And
fair.
I can't,
Yeah.
it's I told you before, like NASCAR, you got to have a driver to get in it and stay.
Yeah,
in it.
it's the same thing here.
You almost need for golf. I still Tiger's been my guy,
Yeah.
and that's who I'm still rooting for. I'm trying to think if there's anybody I really like. I just there's nobody that I'm gravitating towards.
Yeah.
Like usually by the time we get to Sunday and I'll watch the first 2 or 3 holes, like if there's 2 or 3 or 4 guys in contention, I'll usually pick one.
Yeah,
like
that you're going to go.
There's somebody in there usually in the mix that I'm like, man, I hope this guy wins.
Yeah.
Whether it's somebody that's going to win it for the first time, which I like to see, or just somebody that I like over somebody else. But
Sure.
there's no real this is my favorite golfer right now.
Yeah.
Because you can't. Yes, Tiger's still active, I guess, but he's not.
Yeah, he's not. Unfortunately, with
I
that
don't think
torn
he's ever
Achilles
gonna
now,
win.
I don't know if he'll ever win again. Yeah,
But I mean, he won that Masters when I thought he was already done at that point.
I know he
too.
really
He
came
did
back.
win, but
Like,
I think that was the last hurrah.
yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great way to do it and go. If
Yeah.
that is it, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that was awesome. But yeah, so Rory, I'll be rooting for because I want to see him win the Grand Slam. And then the other one I wanted to see, I always love is Brooks Koepka. He's been chasing it. He won. You
like all the assholes.
I do, yeah. Well, Brooks is really the asshole I like
really
more than Rory because of he doesn't give a shit, and that is what I respect the most. It's
So the
the
whole
same thing with Scotty though. It seems like he comes and plays and doesn't care about what happens when he leaves. When he goes home, he's going to his wife and kid. That's what Brooks does. And all the other guys, their life is out there, and I get it. It's like you want to succeed and be great. But you can, and just don't give yourself so much stress. I see all these guys get so stressed out. I'm like, dude, don't.
So the whole Koepka DeChambeau thing that happened, you were definitely.
Oh, I'm so.
You were in
Brooks'
Koepka's
side.
corner. All right.
I was.
See, I was
so
in
Brooks'
DeChambeau.
side. Oh man.
I was. Yeah. And I didn't really care for either one of them before that.
Yeah.
But when something like that happens, you almost have to pick a side.
Yeah. Do you remember the
can't
interview?
You can't watch a prize fight
No.
and not fucking root for somebody.
Right. Right. Do you remember the interview at the
when he walked in
when he
front
walks he rolls his eyes like
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a guy do that. I won't get into details. I'm not going to name names, but I had a job. I'll say this: it was at Sears.
Yeah.
When I was still in college, and I was, I don't know, called dating, talking to a girl, whatever.
Yeah.
And this guy had a problem with it. He liked her. Feelings were not reciprocated.
Yeah.
And we were talking. I mean, we were closer than me and you. I mean, there was 2 feet of space between us when we were talking. And he fucking walks right in between us. Just walks right in between. It took everything in me not to just go after him, right?
Yeah.
She held me back. Don't do it. And that I'll never forget that when that story happened, that's the flashback that I had.
Man,
he
yeah.
totally pulled with this ass.
To me, yeah.
But once it didn't involve me, I found it funny.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I'm in DeChambeau's corner there. I don't say I like him.
But another interesting name that you bring up, Bryson DeChambeau, he's always wanted to win that tournament. Coming off the U.S. Open last year and how magical that was at the end for him. I think his golf is okay. He's been playing a lot more of on YouTube and showing out stuff because he's in live, and the whole live aspect and they come into each major is so. It brings such a different dynamic now.
Yeah.
And I think they're actually not doing well. It feels like the players are complaining about the league more and everything else. So we'll see if people come back.
They got their money.
They got their money, yeah.
They got their money. They played one less round.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they won more money after they won that tournament.
Right.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so. But, it's going to be a really interesting Masters. I'm really excited for it. This is, the week of the year that, for me, is, so sacred. This is it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and you got NHL, NBA playoffs get ready to start.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Nothing real good, big news in NBA. I mean, there's been news in the NBA, but I'm still sticking with my Thunder Celtics pick.
Yeah.
Much as I love the Cavs, the season they have, I feel like Boston's still holding back.
I know. I'm wondering how much
they're going to turn the switch.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're healthy, and I wonder how much they can turn it on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're doing it right now necessarily. So we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, OKC is a great pick too. I think they're still on the way. But the Cavs, I think, are getting talked about now more, but not maybe still not enough. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see kind of what happens there too. So.
I'll mention one hockey thing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I would imagine by the next time we record, Ovechkin will probably be the NHL's leading goal scorer.
That is insane. Yeah,
from breaking it, and he is only 2 games behind the pace that Gretzky had.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's crazy. Like as far as games played.
Yeah.
Just a crazy.
Was he 792 or something?
It's 892.
Oh, 892. All right.
The record's 894.
Okay.
So, my buddy that we're going to the Penguins Blackhawks game next Tuesday wanted to hold out and go to the Caps game like 11. I think it's 11 days later.
Oh yeah.
I think he's breaking it before that. Like, I mean, if you would guarantee me that
he's going to that night,
where I felt better about him breaking it that night because he kind of had a choice of taking this game or that. Chicago's not every year. Maybe I go see history, but I don't want to bank on that and then not see it anyway. And then now I'm going to see 2 teams I could care less about.
Right.
Although the Caps, I think, have the best record in the NHL, I believe.
They're insane.
I think Winnipeg's got the best.
Oh, okay.
But the best.
I know they're insane.
So,
yeah.
So they're having a good season on top of it.
Yeah.
On top of the record-breaking year. So, but man,
is he going to win another one though? He could probably. I mean, that team is talented.
That team's good.
Yeah.
He definitely could.
Crazy.
I would wonder. I can't even think about how their goalie is. So, sometimes when you get in the playoffs, a hot goalie can do it. And NHL's goofy with lower seeds winning all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
man, that's so cool that he's going to potentially break it. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do a hockey playoff review or something.
Yeah.
Later in the month.
Penn sucks, so I have nothing to. But we'll definitely look into more of that. So
awesome.
Be cool.
Any football news? Rodgers still doesn't have a team.
No, he's not gonna.
I'm telling you, he's just hoping that JJ's not healthy.
I know. I think he might. Yeah, I think he is gonna retire if not. I think he's in.
I wouldn't be surprised if he. We get into training camp and the Vikings are like, no, JJ's good.
Yeah.
He's getting all the reps. We sign a backup quarterback. And maybe once we do that, maybe he sees the writing on the wall. So I think that's why Pittsburgh's waiting too. I think that's why. I think I think at this point they're probably smart enough to know that they're the second choice, but they're willing to take that. And that's what's before. If JJ is not healthy, he's if we want to contend, and want to go to the playoffs, then Rodgers is our best choice. I would say that out loud. I don't think it's going to end well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and it's a Band-Aid. It's definitely a Band-Aid, and I don't want to deal with it. If JJ's healthy, then I'm not looking back.
Yeah.
Let's roll with it. I'm not expecting a Super Bowl in his first full year.
Right.
But I think the playoffs are achievable, just like I said with Darnold. Maybe win a game like that. I guess that would be the next step from what just happened this year.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting one of the next 2 or 3.
If he's healthy. So, I agree with that. I mean, I think with what you've added and what you've done, I don't see why not. If he can really start to grow and develop, I sometimes, in the back of my mind, I think he's going to retire up front. In the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe he is going to wait. And then if it doesn't work, he is going to come to the Steelers.
Yep.
So
I didn't get my wish list. I wanted Jameis Winston as my backup.
Yeah.
So he went to the Giants.
Yeah.
To probably be a backup there to Russell Wilson. So I thought that was interesting. They kind of.
I don't know what's going on.
Signed 2 older guys. Whatever. And they're still talking about drafting one. So getting loaded up on the quarterbacks now. The one rumor that's out there is Flacco from Minnesota.
Man, Flacco.
I don't know.
Something about Flacco, man. The Baltimore guys always talking about him.
Fuck. I feel like he's older than Rodgers.
There's just something about Flacco, man. I can hear the Baltimore Ravens fans. Something about that Flacco guy. Something about him.
I don't know. I mean, if you're talking, to hold a clipboard and be a mentor, sure.
Yeah.
But God, he can't move.
Yeah.
No,
he can't.
And that's something. I mean, I want a guy that can move around the pocket. I want a good line, but I want, there's holes sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's we just haven't had it.
Yeah.
Didn't have it really with Darnold. Didn't have it with Cousins.
Right.
So
I mean, the only other news I saw was the Giants and the Browns are not expecting to take a quarterback in the second, third, or fourth picks. So.
They're not.
Well, they're
not.
not.
I thought the steam was picking up on Sanders to the Giants.
Yes, I heard.
But now,
that.
now they're saying that he could fucking go to the second round.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Like, I think if those two teams don't want him, then it's washed. Like I don't think anyone else would even want him or considering him. I think it's really those two teams. And Adam Schefter reported.
I can't think of it.
Like
I mean,
that.
I don't want to sit here and waste the time thinking about what. There's got to be a team in the 20s right? that
maybe.
Yes, they may have their guy right now, but like.
I know. I wonder. Like.
Wow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to really look at that and see. I guess there's a lot of young quarterbacks in the league though, so you almost be.
I know. That's what I'm wondering. I really don't know how they could really go to the second round. And skip everything else.
Maybe.
That's what I mean. That's what I heard, though.
Pay him less.
Yeah, right.
If you can make it happen. I felt that way with the year the Vikings drafted Ponder. He was being projected as a second-round pick. We fucking get him at 12. I was pissed. Like, I didn't want him anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if that was your guy, then you could have got a need at 12 and still probably got him in the second round.
Yeah,
because nobody was really, drooling over him.
Yeah,
so, And it turned out he was terrible.
Man.
Hashtag stay-at-home dad. That's what I called him.
Yeah.
That's what he was. He had a fucking hot wife. The Ponder is,
man.
Tell me a man out there, heterosexual man, that does not like Samantha Ponder. Come on.
Right.
Jesus.
Right.
All right, so
yeah, let's do it.
All right, there wasn't much else football. What's going on with March Madness?
Yeah.
What are we looking at time here?
We're at what a time it is.
What time is it?
4:11.
4:11.
Yeah.
Right, so we gotta make this about 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right. So you called it. You called it chalky.
Chalk.
I tried to pick some upsets.
Chalk.
I had I had kind of a chalky Final Four other than Michigan, which.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, we're picking with our heart.
Yeah.
I mean, but they 2 7-footers. They made a run in the Big Ten championship.
Well, that's
a crazy pick.
No, that's why I thought that they could handle Broom or whatever from Auburn. That's why I
they
thought
had 9-point fucking lead with 12 minutes to go.
That's what I mean. Like you have to close.
You
have to close there.
Some iffy. Like they were letting them play when we had that lead, and then it got a stretch of like 3 minutes where. Every little nickel dimer they fucking called, and we'd go down the other end, a lot of banging around, and then nothing was getting going. I just felt like it was like I'm not gonna say the whole game. I'm not gonna say is why they lost,
right?
But there was a 3-minute stretch where it got away from us that it seemed to be tilted.
Yeah,
that's what I'll get at. I'll leave it there.
No, that's fair.
But Auburn was the better team. The SEC was for real.
Yes, I do think they had better shooters than us. I do think that they were. Broom. He did it. Like he had 21 points in the earlier second half, and I'm like, he did that quietly too, quietly. So it was a crazy game.
They're screwed. Have you heard it? Are they? What's going on? I mean, he couldn't lift his arm.
I think he might not be. I don't think he's playing.
You don't think he's playing at all?
Well, I think I
think he's gonna play.
Probably, but if he can't, I heard that too. He can't lift it at all. Yeah,
even in Michigan State, he was like grabbing 3 pounds of one hand when he came back in. I had Florida anyway. I got Florida all day long.
Yeah, I do too. I have no problem there with that.
Yeah, if Broom is not healthy,
no,
I think Florida's good.
They're going to keep riding the hot wave of Florida. They have slowed down a bit in the last 2 games they played, but I think it's just March Madness.
I don't think they'll blow them out. So I don't know what the line is.
I don't think so either.
Is it 7 or 8? I'm going to guess that's what it is.
Let me check.
I could see them covering.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conference opponent. They know them. I can see that, but
yeah.
I'm gonna roll with Florida. That's what I had.
Oh, it's 2.5. Minus 2.5. Yeah. It's gonna be probably close.
That scares me.
Yeah.
What the hell is Vegas now? All right, I'm still thinking Florida.
And Duke is minus 5.5.
Maybe I'll lay the 2.5. I guess. Though.
Yeah, I will too.
I think I'm gonna lay the 5.5 on Duke too. I mean, fuck.
They look
Houston's
good.
Got a great defense, but Jesus,
yeah,
Duke is just loaded.
Well, Houston just played Purdue, right? And they almost lost. I think that they were not in that game. I watched the rest of that after the Michigan game, and Purdue was able to put them in a blender at times, and they're not as good as everyone else that Houston's played. So it's gonna be interesting. I do think Duke and Florida, this is the 2 best teams. It's just chalky this year. Yeah, it's so chalky. I don't know.
What do you think of Queen's winning shot from Maryland?
That was crazy. Yeah.
He walked.
He did.
I mean, and actually, that's what made me notice, though, I started paying attention to it since that shot, and Auburn got away with it a couple. they're walking. There's a lot of traveling going on in college now.
Yeah.
Like we always made fun of the NBA for it with the fucking Euro step.
They're letting them like play.
In college, I always felt like, man, like even live, it didn't look like a travel when they called it travel.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like they were very stingent on travel in college basketball. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, it's like it's already kind of a, college football is going that way where it's almost like a minor league system. College basketball is turning that way now, man. Dude, there's been a lot of fucking travels in this tournament.
And that was in college.
And I don't know, like, did this happen overnight? Has it happened for a couple of years and I haven't really paid attention to it?
Right.
To me, I think it's that the concern of it's going to grow because some of the analysts have been talking about it during the broadcast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious.
Right.
So I will say this on Queen Shot. It wasn't so egregious that I didn't notice it live. It did take the replay for me.
Yeah. And
when he slowed it, I'm like, holy shit, he took 3 steps. Maybe almost four. So, like, it's one of those, if it's 3, but that third one was, like, the ball, like, he was getting ready to.
Yeah.
Okay, but he took 3, then started shooting.
Right. And if that's the case, then I thought to myself, yeah. They're going to call that for that.
Yeah. But would they have called it with 8 minutes to go in a 4-point game? Like, would they have?
You'd probably not. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It bothered me. I don't like them anyway. So to me, I'm gonna like err more on the fuck Maryland. I mean, I picked them in that game, but I would, Colorado State was on a little bit of a roll. I wanted to see what and that would have been our only, double-digit seed not coached by John Calipari. So like, I mean, that's what I mean. Like that was the only 10 seed we had was Arkansas. Isn't an underdog per se.
Yeah.
So, so just a crazy. Only the second time ever we had all 4 number 1 seeds make it. Both times in San Antonio.
Kind of
same
weird.
dates too, April 5th and 7th.
Yeah, I mean, I will say
all 4 different teams. None of these 4 were the same in 07, but
I will say it feels like this is like the best Final Four you will ever get, though, on paper.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
talent-wise,
it's one of those. If you're not going to get some kind of cool story like a Florida Atlantic, or VCU, George Mason. If you're not going to get one of those teams to make the Final Four,
right, and
your team doesn't make it, as much as I hate Duke, like I don't like blue bloods, and arguably there's really only one in this Final Four. Yeah, so I'll take that. Like if you're going to give me, if none of my rooting interests are in it, and there's no Cinderella story, then to me it's kind of cool to get the 4. It's like you feel satisfied that hey, we got the 4 best teams. Yeah, college basketball. Probably 4 most consistent teams all year,
and all 4 coaches are stellar.
Yeah,
I mean they are really coming around. So
we gave shit to the committee, deservingly so, at the beginning of the tournament, making Michigan a 5. They probably should have been a 3, and then maybe they go one more round because of that.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking that day, I was like, we already playing number 1 seed. We probably should be playing it too.
Yeah.
So it would have been cool maybe to get a shot at Michigan State again.
Sure.
That's
what I want. I mean, I think if we would have freaking. Yeah.
I still think we would have won that if we would have got the rematch.
Me too.
But I will say, when all 4 number 1 seeds make it, to me that is a little bit of validation of the committee getting it right.
Yeah.
It really is. So they were the 4 best teams pretty much all year, and here we are.
Yeah.
So I am going to make, obviously we didn't come back on since before the tournament started, so you and I didn't get a chance to kind of redo our brackets. We both we had the same Final Four. So we missed, obviously we missed Michigan and we missed Tennessee. We only missed Tennessee by 1 game. They had a bad game. I mean, they just played like shit. Are you sticking with your original pick, Florida over Duke?
Yes. Yeah, I still think I'm there. Mentally, I'm there. Even though I think Cooper Flag and Duke are like probably the best team in this thing. Like if I think about it, I just think how hot Florida has been. It did scare me the last 2 games. I think they've kind of maybe fallen off of what they had moving forward. But I still think they're a very good team and very well coached. So I am going to stick with Florida. Yeah.
I'm going to flip after watching what we've watched so far.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with the same championship matchup, and I'm going Duke.
Yeah.
Duke's going to win it.
I do think those 2 teams are making it for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see Auburn or Houston. I do see them finally putting up a good fight, of course, and being as good a teams as they are. But yeah, I still see those 2 in there. But yeah,
I'm rooting the other way both ways.
Yeah,
I'm hoping we don't. I want to. Well, only because you know what, Florida won't. I don't really care If I don't hate Florida, but I would just like, I guess out of the 4, I want Auburn to win it.
Yeah.
They've never won it. They beat Michigan. At least
Okay,
to me, it would.
I guess we would
be a
lose
little
to
bit
it.
more validation for me. So I want to see Auburn, but now I feel like they're the least likely with Broom's injury.
Yeah.
So,
and they had him come back from last year.
Hate
This year
Duke.
too.
I fucking hate Duke. So I'm hoping I'm wrong
Yeah.
on it. I don't think I'm gonna be. But I'm rooting for Houston. Like I hope Houston wins. I hope I'm wrong. But
yeah.
But I think
I wouldn't mind seeing that either. If Houston or Florida played, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah. 80-77 is my prediction, by the way. Dude.
80-70. Oh, for the okay.
Yeah.
Was that the same final score you had before? Even you just flipped them, or did you have it?
80-73 Florida.
Oh, okay.
So I went from a 7-point Florida win to a 3-point Duke.
Yeah. Okay.
10-point swing.
10-point swing.
No rhyme or reason.
Yeah. No, that's fair. No, I think
gut.
that's still a good pick. If you want to switch, yeah, that's good.
All right. I do want to shout. I did a women's bracket.
Oh, you did?
I did.
How good was that?
I did 3. I got 3 out of 4 Final Four.
Nice.
So I had Notre Dame as a 3 seed making it.
Okay.
They did not. It went with the number 1 Texas. I had South Carolina. I had UCLA, and I had UConn over USC anyway, even before the Juju walk-in entry.
Oh, okay.
I got UConn winning the whole fucking thing, and I'm a Paige Beckers fan.
She's awesome.
It's going to be tough. Like UCLA's good.
Yeah.
Got a big girl inside that I don't know if UConn can match up with her or not. I like South Carolina over Texas. I think Texas might have beat them earlier in the year. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I think it did. I think
I
they
didn't
did,
watch
though. South Carolina lost a couple games this year.
Okay.
But I think they're on a mission. They were a little pissed that they weren't the number 1 overall seed that went to UCLA, but I think they're on a mission to get back to the championship game. But I think Gino gets one this year.
Okay.
So that's a 2 seed. UConn wins it all.
Nice.
So,
all right. Then we
so
can put him back on
prediction.
top of it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him on top of the pedestal again. So.
All right. Well, we got a quick one today. We got to go watch Randy play some JV softball. So I'm sure we'll be back next week or 2 maybe. And
let's kind of see where we are with everything, and if anything, we can come back after. We can do NHL, NBA, probably the next one, and kind of see where we are from there. So,
all right,
good show. All right, love you guys.